Picture this. You're flying America's most advanced fighter jet, the F-22 Raptor, Mark II capable, invisible to enemy radar, the apex predator of the skies, then suddenly you're surrounded. Metallic orbs have boxed you in. Your targeting system won't lock on. They're within 40 feet of your aircraft, and there's nothing you can do but retreat. According to a document now in the congressional record, this actually happened. Over American soil. I'm Percival Blackwood, and what you just heard isn't science fiction. It's testimony submitted to Congress on November 13th, 2024. A whistleblower claims the Pentagon has been hiding crystal-clear footage of objects that shouldn't exist. The program allegedly has a name: Immaculate Constellation. But here's what makes this different from every other UFO story you've heard. This isn't some blurry video from a farmer in Nebraska. This is military-grade sensor data, multiple witnesses, systematic collection across every branch of the armed forces, and someone was willing to risk federal prison to expose it. Let me show you exactly what's in this document, why the Pentagon's denial doesn't add up, and what this means for everything we thought we knew about air superiority. The document drop. November 13th, 2024. House Oversight Committee hearing room. The title alone should have made headlines. Unidentified anomalous phenomena, exposing the truth. Representative Nancy Mace does something extraordinary. She enters a 12-page document into the congressional record. Not a summary, not talking points. A detailed intelligence briefing describing a program that officially doesn't exist. The source is Michael Schellenberger, an investigative journalist who submitted 214 pages of testimony. His whistleblower claims direct access to this program during their government employment, and they provided specifics that only an insider would know. Within 24 hours, Pentagon spokesperson Susan Gough issues a denial. There is no record of any SAP by that name, neither current nor historical. But denials are easy. What's harder to explain is the technical accuracy of what's in this document. Details about sensor systems, classification protocols, incident reports that match known military encounters. Either this whistleblower has an impossibly detailed imagination, or they're telling the truth. What Immaculate Constellation allegedly is. According to the document, Immaculate Constellation isn't just another UAP investigation. It's what's called an Unacknowledged Special Access Program, a USAP. That's Pentagon speak for the blackest of black projects, the kind where even Congress doesn't get briefed. The program's mission: collecting imagery intelligence on UAP and ARVRV. Those acronyms matter. UAP we know, unidentified anomalous phenomena. But ARVRV, that's alien reproduction vehicles, or reproduction vehicles. The document is claiming the military tracks not just unknown objects, but craft they believe are attempts to reproduce non-human technology. This isn't passive observation. The document describes active, systematic collection using satellite surveillance, ship-based sensors, ground installations, aircraft systems, submarine detection arrays, every domain, every sensor type, all feeding into a central repository that officially doesn't exist. The F-22, incident breaking down the impossible. Now let's return to that F-22 encounter, because it's the most shocking revelation in the entire document. An F-22 Raptor is on a routine continental United States air defense patrol, standard mission. Then radar picks up multiple contacts, metallic orbs, not distant blips. These objects close in on the fighter. The document's exact words: intercepted and boxed in by approximately 3 to 6 UAPs. For non-pilots, let me explain what this means. Boxed in is when enemy aircraft position themselves around you, front, back, sides. It's an aggressive tactical maneuver. It means you've been outmaneuvered. For an F-22, which can pull 9 Gs and outfly anything in any nation's arsenal, to be boxed in requires objects with impossible performance. It gets worse. The pilot tries to achieve radar lock, standard procedure when intercepted. The system fails. These objects, whatever they are, either absorb radar or use some form of electronic countermeasure beyond our understanding. The Orbs maintain formation around the F-22. They close to within 12 metres, that's 40 feet. At fighter jet speeds, that's insanely dangerous. That's not observation, that's intimidation. The document states the F-22 was forced out of the mission area under UAP escort. Think about what this means. An American fighter jet in American airspace was essentially escorted out by unidentified objects. And according to this whistleblower, it's all on film. Multiple sensor angles, clear imagery, locked away in a vault you and I will never see. The global pattern. If the F-22 incident was isolated, it would be shocking enough. But the Immaculate Constellation document describes encounters across every geographic combatant command. CENTCOM, that's Middle East operations, reported 12 metallic orbs flying in perfect cube formations over water. Not random movement, geometric precision. Another incident describes a fast mover conducting surveillance runs over sensitive military installations. INDOPACOM, the Indo-Pacific region, has tracked equilateral triangle craft shadowing Navy vessels. One report describes a massive disk, larger than any conventional aircraft, rising through cloud cover. The object showed on multiple sensors simultaneously, ruling out equipment malfunction. But here's the pattern that emerges. These aren't random sightings. The objects appear most frequently near nuclear facilities, advanced weapons testing sites, carrier strike groups, missile defense installations. It's almost as if they're mapping our military capabilities. The technology gap. The document doesn't just list sightings, it analyses capabilities, and what it describes should terrify anyone concerned with national defence. These objects demonstrate instantaneous acceleration from hover to hypersonic, right-angle turns at speeds that would liquefy human pilots, trans-medium travel, seamlessly moving from air to water, extended loiter times with no visible fuel source, electronic warfare capabilities that defeat our best systems. One incident describes a Navy fighter encountering what pilots call a range fouler, something that disrupts training exercises. The object approached on a direct collision course at supersonic speed. The pilot prepared to eject. At the last second, the object veered away. The G-forces involved in that maneuver would have torn apart any known aircraft. AARO's alternative reality. The day after this document entered the congressional record, the Pentagon's official UAP office, AARO, released their annual report. The timing feels less than coincidental. According to AARO's director, Dr. John Koslowski, they received 757 UAP reports in the past year. Of those, only 21 were classified as truly anomalous. The rest? Balloons, drones, birds, sensor errors. But buried in that same report is an interesting admission. AARO has deployed something called Gremlin, a sophisticated sensor package specifically designed to detect and analyse UAPs. They're running a 90-day collection at what they describe as a national security site. Why build million-dollar sensor systems to catch balloons? The Gremlin system includes 3D radar arrays, infrared cameras, radio frequency analyzers, electromagnetic field detectors. This is battlefield-grade equipment, the kind you'd use to detect stealth aircraft, or something even more advanced. The whistleblower's credibility. Skeptics will say this is all fabrication, one person's fantasy entered into the congressional record. But consider what this whistleblower risks. Lying to Congress is a federal crime. Revealing classified information without authorization can mean decades in prison. No book deal or speaking fee is worth that risk. More importantly, the technical details check out. The sensor types described match known military systems. The classification protocols align with how SAPS actually work. The geographic distribution of sightings corresponds to known areas of military activity. Either this person has impossible knowledge of classified systems and procedures, or they're telling the truth about their access. The biology problem. Buried in the technical data is something even more unsettling. The document mentions biological effects on personnel who encounter these objects: electromagnetic interference causing disorientation, unexplained burns matching no known radiation type, persistent neurological symptoms after close encounters, equipment malfunctions that correlate with physiological effects. This matches reports from Navy pilots involved in the famous 2004 Nimitz encounters. It suggests these objects don't just violate our understanding of physics, they might be actively harmful to human physiology. Historical context. The pattern continues. This isn't the first time the government has denied a UAP program while secretly running one. Project Blue Book publicly concluded UFOs posed no threat while classified programs continued investigating. The Air Force said they stopped studying UFOs in 1969. Then we learned about the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program running from 2007 to 2012. Each revelation follows the same pattern: categorical denial, limited disclosure years later, admission that yes, there was a program, claims that it found nothing significant, new whistleblowers revealing deeper layers. Immaculate Constellation appears to be the latest iteration. The question is, how many more layers exist? The questions that demand answers. As we process this information, several critical questions emerge. If these objects can disable an F-22's targeting systems, what does that mean for nuclear deterrence? Our entire defense strategy assumes air superiority. Why continue denying these programs exist when whistleblowers keep providing verifiable details? The cover-up is becoming harder to maintain than disclosure would be. If we're not alone, and something with superior technology is surveying our military assets, shouldn't the public know? Don't we have a right to understand the true security situation? What happens next? Congress is demanding answers. The Senate held their own hearing 5 days after the House. The National Defense Authorization Act now includes provisions requiring UAP disclosure, but history suggests we'll get limited hangout, partial truths designed to satisfy curiosity without revealing the full picture. ARRO will release reports about their 21 anomalous cases. They'll explain some away. Others will remain mysterious but non-threatening. Meanwhile, if the whistleblower is right, thousands of high-resolution images and videos remain locked away. Clear footage of objects performing impossible maneuvers, sensor data that would revolutionize physics, evidence that we are not alone and not in control of our skies. The stakes. This isn't about believing in little green men. This is about national security, technological advancement, and fundamental questions about our place in the universe. If Immaculate Constellation exists, it means unknown objects operate with impunity in restricted airspace. Our most advanced weapons can be neutralized. Someone or something is systematically studying our capabilities. Our government has been lying about it for decades. If it's disinformation, we need to ask why. What's gained by fabricating such specific, technical claims? Who benefits from Congress believing our fighters are being outmaneuvered by metallic orbs? Either answer leads to uncomfortable conclusions. The bottom line. Something is in our skies. ARO admits that much with their 21 truly anomalous cases. The question is whether it's 21 cases or 21,000. Whether it's balloons behaving strangely or technology that makes our best jets look like biplanes. The Immaculate Constellation document provides the most detailed glimpse yet into what might be the most significant secret in human history. It describes a world where we've already made contact, not through radio signals or landing on the White House lawn, but through daily cat-and-mouse games in restricted airspace. A world where our military knows we're not alone, but has decided you can't handle the truth. The next time you see lights moving impossibly in the night sky, remember, an F-22 pilot allegedly saw them too. Up close, too close, and there was nothing he could do but run. That's our episode for today. If you work in defense and have information about these programs, we protect sources. Always. Next week, we're investigating the wave of mysterious microbiologist deaths in the early 2000s. When the people who understand infectious diseases start dying under suspicious circumstances, right before a pandemic, you have to wonder, what did they know? Until then, I'm Percival Blackwood for the Rabbit Hole Chronicles. Keep watching the skies. Someone else certainly is.